Alright, so I'm recording this video after my last video, as you can tell by the shirt and the background. Not really changing it up. I want to jump right into the discussion of Pokemon on Netflix and kind of what that means to the hobby. And, will we have another Pokemon Go craze? I say no. And I will have my reasons for that. I'm still kind of skipping through the trailer here of the Pokemon Mewtwo Strikes Back. If you don't know what I'm talking about, my last video was showing my reaction and my thoughts about the trailer, the new movie, Pokemon Mewtwo Strikes Back, which is the first movie remade, new animation style, new art form, and it's actually releasing on Netflix. What day is it releasing on Netflix here? What did I say? It was like February. I think it says just coming soon, but I want to say February 20th. But yeah, it's really important that this is coming to Netflix for the hobby, because obviously Netflix now is just such a huge thing. It's just awesome to see something like this come to the hobby itself, and I want to dive more into what it means for the collector's side of things. So as everyone knows, we have seen a huge boom since Pokemon Go. All these people who are into Pokemon Go jumped on the Pokemon Go craze. Everybody and their mother literally was playing Pokemon Go, and this sparked a lot of interest in people who maybe left the hobby and came back. Around that time, you also had Evolutions, a set that focused more on nostalgia and the old artwork, specifically for collectors, and they had a new Chase Charizard in there, and everything was firing on all cylinders in 2016. We all know the Niantic server sucked, but regardless, Pokemon in general by the end of 2016 was starting to take off once again, just like in the 90s. I mean, full blast going. By 2017, the end of 2017, we saw all these prices shoot up. Everything was finally established once again and on the move, upward hill, profits everywhere. Everything down to base set Weedle was moving up in price. There's kind of a Weedle joke going around lately, but Weedle hasn't quite seen as much light as like Charizard or Sealed Product or anything else base set, but my point is everything is moving up. Now, with Pokemon Go, there was so many people who jumped into the hobby, who just started playing Pokemon Go. Maybe that got thoughts of Pokemon or got with old friends talking about Pokemon. I remember myself getting back into Pokemon. We were actually playing Gears of War 2 on the Xbox 360, me and a bunch of my friends. We got really bored. I literally went to my closet, started digging around random stuff while we were talking, and I was like, you know what, guys? I'm going to play a Pokemon game. I'm going to pop in my Pokemon Blue, which was just my go-to game. That was my first game. And I literally got like two other people in the party chat looking for their old games. We brought them to high school. That got other people playing the games just because we brought them there. And I mean, this was back in 2008, 2009. Diamond and Pearl were out. That's what we were battling on. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of stories to tell you guys over the next few months and these few videos. If you're interested, let me know some feedback on this stuff. Not to get too far off topic here, there was a lot of people who just jumped right back into the hobby. A lot of people just went full blast. They want that old product. They went and bought a first edition base set. They went and bought Fossil, Jungle, everything they could get a hold of just to have a complete set. And there seems to be a trend to people who come back who aren't quite accustomed to like condition, or maybe they don't care about condition of cards. People just want to collect their sets and kind of be done with it. Now, with this new movie coming out, obviously there's some people who didn't really jump on the Pokemon Go craze, who just sit around, watch Netflix all the time. Maybe by doing that, they're saving a lot of money by like not going out and stuff. So hey, that could be a plus side. There's still going to be some people who flood to the hobby just strictly because they watched this movie, of course. How big that number is, that's kind of unknown. Majority of the people who are going to watch this already have been back into the hobby. There has been so much buzz around the hobby, with graded PSA 9, 10 Charizards from the first edition base set down to sealed booster boxes. There's been so much buzz around the hobby the last 2 or 3 years. I really don't see there being a mass of people like Pokemon Go brought in coming back to the hobby. Now, maybe further on down the road, when more of my generation, these darn millennials get back into the job market and get their money, I feel like I kind of was ahead of the game for my age group as far as like getting into like a professional job market and whatnot. Once more of this generation really picks up some slack and gets a lot of money into their name, maybe not a lot of money, but substantial, doable money to make a successful career, we're going to see those people trickle in. I think the mass majority of people who may be interested did try to come back around the Pokemon Go area, but there's still a few stragglers. Someone who maybe really thought like, ooh, those cards are cool, this might remind them, hey, they're still out there. Or people who couldn't really originally afford it take another look after watching this movie. But we're just simply not going to see that influx of people. The biggest news of this movie is that it is premiering on Netflix. They're reaching out to more mainstream companies like Netflix. Now, everybody has Netflix nowadays. I mean, it's rare to find someone who hasn't had Netflix in the last few months. So Pokemon is going to be available to them. It's not the classic movie by far. If you see my concerns in the last video, the art style choices are kind of interesting. It's not quite realistic like Detective Pikachu, but it's not quite cartoonish like the original anime we're used to. It's kind of this weird in between. So I'm going to have to just see the movie, but it's definitely someone speed on my road. I don't know if you can hear that, but anyway, it's not going to be the original movie to me. It's just going to be like, oh, this neat little remake. So that's what I kind of think about it, guys. I don't think we'll be seeing massive moves in the market from this. Maybe there might be some special release cards that we could see. That would be interesting. But I just don't see the Pokemon Go craze happening over something like this. Now, that could happen once again if we could somehow get all those people who are still playing Pokemon Go to get more interested in this. Now, my community here is pretty strong in Pokemon Go. Actually, I have a really important story about Pokemon Go and myself coming up soon. It's still strong here. There's still a large fan base just centered around Pokemon Go that's a little more on the older side, who didn't really collect the cards but just loved Pokemon Go when it came out. So yeah, there's still a market out there to capture, but as far as like a mass flood of everyone coming in and buying up everything, I just don't think we're going to see that with this movie. Maybe a possible game remake. Do they need to remake the original games again? Probably not. But who knows? It's Pokemon, and whatever they do, they make money. So they'll do something. Something's coming. But I just don't see it being this movie. So hold on to your base set Weedles, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.